Hey, 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 boys and girls. We know what's coming up now, don't we? We'll have a quick look at what I think is the best value for money bass you can buy. If you can still buy them at a reasonable price, which is getting harder and harder. Right, for in no particular order. The Thunderjet. As far as I can tell, one of the cheaper options in the 80s. This one is, well, you can see the, or no, you can't see, I'll show you later. This is from 84. It is a bit hefty. Now what I can work out, I can't really tell from any of the forums, that this was a cheaper version of the normal Thunder 1 bass. I think it's cheaper because the wood they used wasn't as attractive as the normal Thunder 1, which will be coming up in a second. This is pretty hefty. Well, they all are really, but you need that little bit of oomph, don't you? That kind of sustain type element. Okay, we might as well go for the normal Thunder 1. This is my favourite and probably best bass I've ever had. I've had jazz basses. I've got a 60th anniversary P bass. I've had Epiphone and Harley Bendover, as some people say. I know who you are. Another one from 84. These basses, but this one in particular, has the most responsive tone. I think in any guitar I've ever played, of anything from 100 quid to 5,000 quid. Probably means the same if it's in euros or dollars. We'll file this one away. Yes, look at that, it's going. Now this one is very hefty. It was a Thunder 1A. Active this, active that, cold, split, tap, in, out of phase. I don't know. Is it particularly good for what kind of music you're playing? Yes. Quite easy for kind of jazzy funk type arrangements. Or good old heads down, no nonsense boogie rock. This is my second, not second favourite, but more versatile than the two coming up. But they all are very versatile basses. Well, they're slightly cheaper. I think there's about £30–40 difference when you could actually get hold of these. This I think is a 1986. There's a different body shape than the Jet, the 1 and the 1A. Slightly bigger upper horn. And it's lighter, so I should think that means it's made of a slightly different wood, because the thickness is minuscule. Different style headstock, and a different pickup, which is called, I can't remember offhand. It's also a very slightly different style of bridge. Not as chunky. This is the last one I bought, is it? I'm not sure. This has been modded quite a bit. Not only has the paint been stripped off, has this switch here, that does absolutely nothing. The pickup, as far as I can tell, is a Wilkinson, works fine. Not better or worse than the other Spectrum, but just different. This is an 85, and well, you see it's still got the, I was quite careful of getting the, or keeping the Westone name. All these are quite hefty, but the Spectrums are the lightest. And the 1A is by far the heaviest. They are all fine. A better deal you cannot get. We'll have a close-up. Suppose best get on with it then. Okay, starting off with the Pt-1. They've all got Dalek stickers on them, so never mind. If you don't like them, they used to scare the poo out of me at one point. Well, that until I was about 27. Not exactly sure what the wood is. Someone will probably tell me. I'm pretty sure this bit here is rosewood. I have heard walnuts, but I don't believe it myself. It did have an accident, so it's all nicely done and repaired. Quite largish frets, or large for the time, I think. We are talking, what, 35 years ago, nearly? Nice headstock. These and the Aria Pro 2 both made in the same factory. There's quite a there's a lot of similarities, shall we say. We'll oss this one over and have a look at the back. They are hefty. We've got a 5-piece neck and headstock. Gets a lot of extra strength. And this isn't, how do you describe it? It wasn't nicely polished, finished. This is just through playing and general wear and tear. I must have played this bass, I suppose, 1,000 times. Have a close up on the serial number. The 4 denotes the year, and I believe the second 2 numbers are the month. Don't quote me on that. They all come with the Westone neck holdery back plate thingy. But the construction is on a par with a guitar that's going to be 1,500 these days. Right, next. Okay, we've got the Thunder 1A here. This is a heavy guitar. It comes in at nearly £9.5. Actually, it's nearer 10. I haven't got some super duper scales, just using the bathroom ones. Very similar bridge. 3 controls. You've got kind of bass and treble, boost or decline. It's normal. I'll just kind of leave it as it is. There's no real need for it. Well, I haven't found a use for it anyway. Tone and volume switch, which is the original, and one here that has been replaced. Well, this is a replacement for the one that's been replaced, but you get what I'm coming from. Now, you want to see my, get out of it. No, I won't. The same pickup essentially as the Thunder 1. Slightly, very slightly different, well, larger frets, but so small it makes no difference. One on the headstock there, and as I said, the same body shape. I'll oss it over. It is heavy. Nice gloss finished, and you can see it's been used but not abused. Normal wear and tear. So an 85. You can see still got the plastic covering on the machine heads. This is a replacement. It does work fine. Get it in camera, you idiot. Get in the frame. Does work fine. And from the front, you can see no difference. I can see, obviously, this one's painted black. And then we go with a neck plate. So we come to the Thunderjets. The knobs have been replaced, as has the jack sockets. So I think this has probably dropped at one point because you can see the scars, but it has no effect on the playability. The bridge is a different design, more, well, it's not the same as the Spectrum and not the same as the Thunder 1 or 1A. Is original. You can see some Allen screws that have been replaced, but it makes no difference. It's one thing, this may need a shim under the neck because you've got the what was it? E, F, no, E, A, D, yeah, the G string. Quite low down and facing the floor nearly. Yep, so the knobs have been replaced as the to the jack socket. These all have extremely similar necks. Lost this one over as well. Not quite so heavy, but heavy enough. An 84, I think April 84. Oh, yep. I very rarely play this one. This is why it's got tone dust on it. It's been in the wars a bit. Maybe not as cared for as some of the others, but doesn't affect the playability. See the maker's mark there. Of course, in part 2 we will be having a little, well, you won't, you'll be able to hear it, I'll be playing it, so maybe not. Well, I get by, I get paid sometimes. I'm a semi-pro. Yeah, semi is paid sometimes, but there you go. On to the Spectrum, the non-messed about with Spectrum. Original knobs, original jack socket. A different type of pickup. I think it's called, I can't remember offhand what type of pickup that is called. What's the name of the pickup, blimey? A different style bridge. Cheaper components than the others, but still far better than you'll get on a even top of the range Squire. or bottom of the range, maybe Mexican made Fender. The frets are a little bit more skinny. This is the neck width on the fretboard is that little bit thinner width-wise. I'll say it's more reminiscent of a jazz bass than a Precision. Still very comfortable to play. And unlike the Thunder series, you have a truss rod adjustment on the body end of things rather than the headstock. I'll come back to up here. My first proper guitar was a Westone Spectrum ST, so the guitar version of this, but that was stolen. I never saw that again. Yep, more tone dust. One of the original machine heads, but not embossed with the Westone maker's mark. This has been used nicely, I think. Nothing massively untoward has happened to it. And I think it's an 85. Hey, more tone dust. I must admit I haven't played this for a while. No, this is an 86. They're all slightly different, just like any other guitar manufacturer. They did change slightly over the years. Okay, the last one so far. I will have a look on Scam Bay. Well, no, we've only been scammed twice, but that wasn't for guitars. This is one of all the mods. I'm not sure what make of bridge it is. Maybe one of you can point it out. Still has the original controls. And this switch does absolutely nothing, apart from going like that and like that. Obviously been stripped of the paint. It'll be quite a reasonable job. Still a bit rough around the, well, literally around the edges. I don't think how cheap that would be called Dalek Emperor. Again, smaller frets than the Thunder series. And apart from this little bit here, they did quite a nice job of keeping things in situ in that part. What kind of wood this is, I don't know. Ash, alder, seems to be the order of the day in most guitars. I know it's not mahogany because it's not heavy enough. Said before, I believe Wilkinson pickup. Again, we'll have a look on the other side. Unlike the other Spectrum, there's no serial number on the plates here. It goes all the way up to here. Again, an 85, probably January 85 as far as I can make out. There are conflicting bits and pieces on Tinterweb. Original tuners and a bridge, well the bridge, it's now been strung through our Telecaster. The control plate has been replaced with this bit of alley, but overall I think it's a reasonable job. I think it's going to be too much work involved with stripping all this back down and trying again. Okay, this is it. Well, about it. Till I turn the camera off, and it will be it, for part 1. Catch up on part 2, which will be coming maybe next week, week after. And we'll see what we'll see. Now, as my channel is going to slightly other directions at the moment, but there's still the primary mission of this channel is to do guitar and bits and pieces. But next video won't be. So be good boys and girls, and don't forget to drink beer. It's good for you.